Economic experts and some industry players have reacted to the latest tariff announcement by US President Donald Trump. In a letter to President Cyril Ramaphosa, Trump states that South Africa will be charged a tariff of 30% from the 1st of August on all products sent into the US if a new trade deal is not reached by that date. Responding, President Ramaphosa says the 30% tariff imposed on South African goods is based on inaccurate data. Experts say the impact will not only harm South African businesses, but that America is equally at risk.
This 30% tariff is based on a particular interpretation of the balance of trade between South Africa and the United States. This contested interpretation forms part of the issues under consideration by the negotiating teams from South Africa and the US. Accordingly, South Africa maintains that the 30% reciprocal tariff is not an accurate representation of available trade data.
The way they're looking at it is they're saying, well, we're obviously exporting a lot more to America than we're importing, and they're basing the tariff on that. And that, of course, in itself is fundamentally flawed in the sense that, when we look at calculating tariffs, there are other methods of really accurately measuring the impact on an economy. But this overall, shall we say, this umbrella approach that is being applied by America is definitely flawed in many, many ways. And I think South Africa has a lot of room to negotiate for far better terms of trade.
Much work needs to be done for South Africa to actually manage to bring down these tariff. That problem, of course, is that some of it requires onshoring for the US. The US would like South Africa to have manufacturing going on in their country instead of being manufactured in South Africa and exported to the US. So obviously a number of issues. Of course, the US also indicates that South Africa has higher tariffs than it may necessarily have in terms of goods brought into South Africa from the US. So that's what this period of negotiations will yield. It's uncertain whether or not by the beginning of August South Africa will see the 30% tariff imposition.
A lot of our produce, citrus, goes through our Cape Town port, and that port is already experiencing problems. It was rated as one of the lowest performing ports in the world, but partly due to the susceptibility of the port to climate. Increasing tariffs for the citrus sector in particular, again, will take us a lot of steps backwards.